Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing as the Slaughterhorn tribe, where we've got Malagor the Dark Omen, who's about to get absolutely destroyed over the end turn. So he's got an absolute rubbish army, and the combined forces of Bretonnia and the Wood Elves are going to attack. Now, Orion's turn comes first. If he attacks, they reinforce. If we withdraw, Orion will go within reinforcement range, and then their turn will happen, then they'll attack and Orion will reinforce. So no matter what we do over the end turn, we have to fight both of them at the same time. So let's read out the email now, get some context of what's going on, and I'll figure out a solution as best I can. So he says, "Hi Legend, I hope this disaster battle is interesting. I've been burning through Reichland with Malagor and Morgor and decided to split them up to finish the job. After conquering Altdorf with Malagor, I was pushing deeper towards Bretonnia, but didn't see Bretonnia and Orion armies marching in through the mountains. I am in ambush stance, but every time I reload from autosave, they spot the ambush and hit me with 2 full stacks." No, you're not. In camp stance is ambush stance. Oh, I see what's going on here. Right. You just don't know how to play Beastman. So, I'm not having to go at you. This is not particularly clear. It says Beastman ambush stance, right? You're not in ambush stance. You're in stalk stance, essentially. So, chance of ambushing enemy army, this army attacks. You have to be the attacker in order to initiate an ambush. If you want to ambush when defending, you have to be in a hidden encampment. You don't have enough move points to get into that stance. So every single time that you tried to re-roll for ambush, you always had a hard-coded 0% chance. You were rolling in thin air. There was nothing you could do to ever ambush these forces. It's impossible because you got too close to them. And that's another problem as well. Because you got too close to them, that allows for them to reinforce without them having to do their turn, which is quite weird considering they're not close to you. I imagine this one here has got the trait, having already reinforced their ally lords many times, they've probably got a chivalry trait that gives them a boosted reinforcement range. So you fucking lucked out on that one, that's for damn sure. Anyway, read the rest of the email. The map is horrible with almost nowhere to hide. My infantry and my heroes are too slow to evade any of their cavalry. I can kite pretty well with Malagor and hit them with Flock of Doom, but eventually the cav and archers rout my army. I've tried many times, but I just can't win this one. I don't think it's winnable. It will set my campaign in Reichland back, but I mainly just want to kill that asshole Orion. Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll do what I can. So, straight up, this army here cannot win if we get attacked. Your setup is fucked, right? But we can change the setup and maybe we can win. It's still going to be difficult. So, first, let's see what battle difficulty you're playing on. Normal campaign. Okay, that maybe explains a few things. Maybe you're newer to the game. That's fine. I mean, it's not particularly clear. Very hard battle difficulty. No AI stat modifiers. Bump that up. Okay. So, I'm just going to straight up. This army is fucked, basically. You want to get rid of it. I know it seems really counterintuitive, but it doesn't cost you anything to re-recruit them. And I don't recommend that you do re-recruit them either, because they're actually providing a weakness in your army. They're only useful to you if the enemy are slow, or if you already have the balance of power to begin with, in which case, who gives a shit, right? It doesn't make them good units. Now, what's happening is you have to understand the rules of the game. That's the most important thing. And most people either don't understand the rules of the game or don't care what the rules of the game and just have their own headcanon about how the game is actually supposed to be played. But it's all based on percentages rather than who's stronger or who's weaker. So, to win the battle, you have to inflict 78% of the enemy's balance of power in damage. So you have to get rid of 78% of them. Withdraw them, kill them, shatter them, waste 78% of their ammo, whatever. Once they've lost 78% of their balance of power from their starting balance of power, the game then checks to see what your remaining balance of power is. If it is above 50%, you then inflict the army losses. Same goes in reverse. So what's happening is because you had 14 units that were fucking useless, right? They were never going to be able to dish out any serious damage on the Knights of the Realm. They could have done some damage to the Peasant Bowmen, but as soon as they start doing any damage, the cavalry are going to absolutely smash them. So with you losing, I don't know, 50% of your balance of power, having only inflicted 10% of their damage, you've set yourself up to lose straight away. And there's no way you're going to be able to micro them, because as you said, they're not fast enough, they're not strong enough, they're just too low tier. The fact they're experienced made no fucking difference. So get rid of the weakness from their army. And now what we've got here is Malagor is now worth a greater percentage of the balance of power. Before he was worth, I don't know, 10%. Now he's probably worth more like 25%. That means if they want to army losses, they need to fight Malagor at least a little bit. So to improve the situation further, we're going to take this Gorbel and tell him to fuck off, okay? Because Gorbels are really good heroes. Don't get me wrong, they're great. But in this situation here, while he would be able to deliver his value, because we're going to be outpowered, I don't know, 6-1, he's not going to be able to inflict 6-1 casualties because he's going to be a sitting duck, or a sitting bull, I guess. Because he's not fast, he's vulnerable to missiles, even though we've got lots of missile resistance. They will be able to take him out. So get rid of him, basically. And he's worth a lot of balance of power. So losing him, he'd probably be worth, I don't know, 20% balance of power. 15%, not sure. If he doesn't deliver a lot of value, that works towards you losing the battle. So get him out of there. He's not going to be able to be valuable in this battle. Now, the wizards, we keep all of them in here. However, what we need to do here is lower their balance of power. Now, the death wizard here, I noticed, was faster than the other ones because it's fleet-footed. You've got the Banner of Swiftness on Malagor, but I'd actually prefer it to be on this Brave Shaman of Death, so that'll give him enough speed that he should actually be able to outrun their cavalry quite easily now. Especially watch out for those Wild Riders. And we don't really need the extra speed on Malagor, because he's already super fast to begin with. We really have to worry about those flying units, which aren't going to go into melee with him anyway. Actually, let me just check.
What you ask is impossible.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to catch him. There's no way. Okay, so let's have a look at Malagor's equipment. Alright, the Blind Eye of Seeing, that's a good item. That's providing us with Winds of Magic. So if we have a look over here, we've got 215 out of 220. We're also gaining 40 per turn. So you get that 40 the moment you hit end turn. So we could potentially get more Winds of Magic if we could find more ways to increase it. Now, with Malagor, I saw that you've got the Chalice of Malfuro, but he doesn't have any regen. But you've got a Troll Hide. That gives you regen. So let's change out the Trickster's Shard, Trickster's Helm? Yeah, for the Troll Hide. That'll give us a bit of weakness to fire, but they don't really have that much fire attack. And then take the Chalice of Malfuro instead. That'll give us so much regen so that we can basically keep Malagor at full health for the majority of the battle. This will maintain our balance of power. That way we can spend most of our Winds of Magic, and as long as Malagor remains healthy, we're retaining that balance of power so that we can inflict the army losses on the enemy as early as possible, because we want to make sure that we don't have to fight to the very last man, because we're probably going to run out of magic. There's just too much coming at us. And while he is a good spellcaster, you got Life Leeching over there, which will generate 2.6 Winds of Magic per cast, and this only costs 4, so it only costs us 1.4 Winds of Magic every time we cast it. There's a lot to deal with, and we want to make sure. Also, the more Winds of Magic that we can keep, the more balance of power that we retain. It is worth something. It's not worth as much as actual health. Okay. Then, as for Stonecrusher Mace and Talisman of Endurance, that's all fine. Now, as for the fast one, so the fleet-footed, I want to give this guy here Briar Sheath. That gives him physical resistance, snipe, stalk, unspottable. So that will allow us to hide while not being in a forest. Now, that's really important because when the enemy can't detect, doesn't know where your hidden units are, and 50% of your army, 50% of your balance of power specifically, is hidden, they will go searching for them. But they don't go searching for you in anything other than trees, because they just assume that's where you're going to be. So if there's areas where there's no trees, we can just hide this guy there, but also sneak up on single entities that Malagor can't beat and Spirit Leech them. Skull of Raukos is pretty good. Spell resistance in the local region. That is pretty important. I might give that to someone else though, because I want him to actually grab the Forbidden Rod that you've got. Because that spell intensity, that'll just mean extra Winds of Magic or not Winds of Magic, it will cost less Winds of Magic to kill everyone by 10% essentially. And also, and it also means more Winds of Magic if we use Forbidden Rod. However, we don't heal this guy, so if we want him to not take much damage from using that, we'll either need loads more spell resistance or we need an other Trickster Shard. But it's also really good for him to have that. Now, if we fuse 2 green items, I think it's a 100% chance of getting another Trickster Shard just because there's no other choice for them. But I think the Shard of the Herdstone is actually pretty good, so I'm going to keep that. You got a Pendant of Shit here. So we just need another green item. So if I take 2 ruby rings of piss and fuse them into a crown of garbage, and then fuse that with the pendant of garbage here, we can get another trickster shard. There we go. So that'll give him barrier. We can use that to act as a buffer for the forbidden rod. Gives us more winds of magic, increases our balance of power essentially. Okay, then as for talisman, talisman of preservation for extra ward save, which will help against the damage that this one here does. And then as for the hand weapon, it doesn't really matter. The trickster's helmet would be good for barrier as well, but it won't give a stalk, and he needs that. It's not good enough just to be able to outrun them. We need a stalk. Yeah, take Warrior's Bane. Okay, also, you've got these followers here. Winds of Magic Power Reserve Capacity, but do they all have one? That one's got one. Yep. This one doesn't have one. Okay, so... Yep, okay, take it. Just sitting there. So that means we've now got... Right, because I took off one of those items. I need to put back on... Not on you. You. The Blind Eye of Seeing. We've also got the Skull of Rakos there, which is good for stripping away their resistance. And also, the reserves per second here. Let me just get calculator, because I can't do maths in my head. So for the Skull of Rakos, how much Winds of Magic does it actually generate for us? So 0.4 times 35. But it says 34. You always get the 0 second as well, so you just add 1. So 0.4 times 35 times 3, you can get 3 uses of it, 42 Winds of Magic. So the Skull of Rakos is actually worth more than a like another other kind of spell. What's it called? Another Blind Eye of Seeing. I'm just right in front of me there. Okay, so we definitely want that one equipped because we've got enough money that we could order another one. Got enough money for it. This one over here has got the Wand of Jet, so that's 5 Winds of Magic. But if we equipped another one of these, then we can get an additional 15. So that would then get us... We're at 230 at the moment. That would get us to 245. Alright, let's do that. There's also Banner of Madness. That's very good. But let's grab this first, and I'll see what I can do about that other one later. So grab that and take these ones here off. Because what I want to do here is lower his balance of power. Because I intend to withdraw these guys from the battlefield pretty early. You take the Blind Eye of Seeing. And that way, we'll generate 30 out of 40 of that Winds of Magic. I can't see any other way of generating any more. Because I don't think... I took 2 items off there. It's weird. I don't think... Yeah, he can't equip the Bray Shaman Familiar. Okay, is what it is. Alright. So, again, looking through their equipment. Skull of Rakos, yep. Blind Eye of Seeing, yep. Forbidden Rod, yep. Blind Eye of Seeing, cool. Alright, with that, then I just need a banner for him. Do you have the Banner of Madness? No, you don't. Okay, so we need to find 10 grand. Or 9.5 grand. Or 8.5 grand, sorry. So, if I get Clan Moors and do a whole bunch of treaties, let's see how much money they've got. Pay me money, bitch! Okay, we're taking more money than he's got. Cool. Well, what if he didn't win an alliance? Yeah, but he wants me to win the battle, so... let's see how much we get. Maybe 150? Cool. I'm right. Okay, so with that... Yep, we got just enough there. Grab the Banner of Madness. Trust me, it's a very good banner. Because it'll provide Malagor with more resistance, so that he takes less damage from non-magical attacks. But I may have to send him into melee at some point in the battle as well. So Banner of Madness there. And I think the item that got taken off was Flayer. Okay. Cool. I think I've made all the adjustments that I need to make. We already adjusted this. Yep. Let's hit end turn, and we'll see how things go. Oh, hang on. Did I take these ones here off? I haven't. Oh, my God. Not that important, but we wanted to take them off these mounts. Just because it'll decrease their balance of power. By decreasing their balance of power, that means that when we withdraw them, it doesn't hurt us as much. It also actually makes them less vulnerable to their missiles. Okay, make sure that the right one's got that. Yep, okay. Alright, let's hit end turn, and we'll see how we go. So, fair bit of setup time there. And I know it seems really fucking stupid that I took a full stack army and turned it into 4 units. 5 units. Can't count. This is impossible. There's no way of running that. That's not what I was contracted to do, and I didn't even know it was going to happen, so whatever. Okay, so then they come in. So we want the Banner of Madness on Malagor. We want... That's the fast dude. We want him to have that one. And we don't want these banners on the others because that'll just increase balance of power for us. Okay. So these two here should be worth more than 50%. Way more than 50% actually. Should be more like 70% these two. And as long as they don't get too badly damaged, we won't get army lost when these three here leave the battlefield. Because there's no way I can protect them. We only had one stalking item. So we had to weaken ourselves in order to strengthen ourselves. Because the thing is, with a stalking hero that's that fast, we could sneak up on Orion when he's isolated, use Spirit Leech to get rid of him. Because Malagor can't fight those guys in melee. This is why we need as much Winds of Magic as possible, so we can kill quite a few single entities. He's unbreakable, so we can't just army lost him. We have to kill him. Malagor doesn't have Spirit Leech. Then Malagor should have no trouble taking out all of the non-single entities. Just send him into melee, and he's got Unending Flock of Doom. And then on top of that, Banner of Madness. Where is it? Am I blind? It's in here somewhere. Maybe it only applies at the beginning of the battle. But yeah, this one here. It causes an area effect damage, but they have to be reduced in melee leadership first. Okay, so this guy control group 1, control group 2, and these ones here control group 3. Now we've got the Blind Eye of Seeing, which gives us summons as well. Yeah, we've got 245 Winds of Magic, exactly what we expected to have. If we withdraw these guys off the battlefield without using this ability, then it's effectively like using it and then it being completely wasted. So I might as well use it at the start, because I think I'm going to have to withdraw them fairly soon. Alright, so what I want to do is pop this down here and here. I'd like to get both summons off if possible. So pop them down. Careful. We've also got this ability here, which will allow us to reduce their ammunition, but it'd be good if we can get them into a blob first. Okay, so if you could start generating a bit of extra wins with that, that'd be good. I know this is like a bit of a waste with these ones here, but I don't want to risk these heroes' lives, because as soon as those friggin' Wild Riders come in, they could cause ridiculous amounts of damage. Actually, if you could try to kill the Hawk Riders, because I don't really want Malagor to go fight them. And as long as it actually hits... we killed one of them, that's good. It's one way to reduce their ammo. So this ability here is really good for summon units. What are they aiming for? Alright, seems like the Forbidden Rod will still dish out about 200 damage. Oh crap, that reminds me. We need to get this before they leave the battlefield. Do we have enough room? Yeah, we've got room for it. Getting a few kills in there, that's good. Now, even though Malagor has got ridiculous amounts of potential regen, that doesn't mean we should waste him. He's got these summons. Oops, lasts a fair bit. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So that bounce of power, that's not horrendous. I mean, they killed a few of them. They're about to die. Oh, right, that's the second stage of it. Oh man, 2 minutes before we can use that again. But they're not even close to coming over here yet, so I think we got time. These ones actually aren't hidden. But yeah, getting rid of Hawk Riders relatively early would be very good for us. Right, there's 16 of them remaining. I could go into melee with them and then just use Enfeebling Foe, but his capabilities are not fantastic. This is a bit of a risk, but I think it's worth a shot. Hold them back over here. That's fine. It's fine. If they ever blob up, pop this down on them. Which, it looks like they might be trying to blob up. Oh my god. What are they doing? Are they... Make sure we get Orion with that if we can. Yeah. If they walk into it after it's casted, they'll still lose the ammo, but then change direction a little bit. Okay, I need to use Enfeebling Foe right now before we take too much damage. I might actually do this because that's looking a little bit dicey there. He's taking damage, but it's not a huge amount of damage, but it's more than I'd like. I mean, we got loads of potential regen. It'd just be good to get rid of this unit as early as possible. Did we... Ah, damn it, I didn't strip him of his ammo. But still, a lot of their units got stripped of their ammo. That's good. That's bad, not so great. Yeah, just get them off the battlefield. Alright, how are we going here? So without the banner of swiftness, yeah, still 149 speed, so that's fine. It's going to be difficult to get this guy close to Orion without getting detected. We don't want to overcast it, because that extra winds of magic cost will just make it sufficient for us to utilize our magic. Very good for us that they're keeping their forces together like this. So these are revealed. So that's why they're not specifically searching for us. But they're just marching towards us slowly. Now, they're in a pretty big blob, so let's start using Flock of Doom. Because we're probably not going to get a better opportunity than that. Also, our leadership is really bad. They've got some modifiers that's reducing it by 9. So, got some more reserves in there. And Malagor has got 115%. Now, obviously, the Forbidden Rod could have been good for the extra spell spell intensity, but I think that 500% extra regen is going to be coming more in handy. Because, you know, he took a bit of damage against those Hawk Riders, and we've recovered it, and we're not even close to using up his full regen. It's lucky you had those items. Some good stuff in there. So yeah, if this battle had happened prior to 6.2, probably couldn't win this battle. Or I'd have to work a lot harder at least. Or come up with a different strat. Okay, so they're kind of healing the damage that we're inflicting, but there's no way they're healing as much as we're dishing out to them. We're slowly moving over here. I only need my guys to stay on the battlefield for another 87 seconds, really. Because I don't want to withdraw before having used that up. One of these is ready. Where's Orion? He must be in the forest there somewhere. Now the cavalry is way bigger of a threat than the infantry. So the infantry right now are shooting at us. And they're more blobbed up than these. Oh, I think it's not too bad. Legend, they're not hidden. Yeah, I know. I know. So this Life Wizard here, that's not Life Wizard. That one? Yeah. Because we've got the Chalice of Malfear, anytime this one here overcasts, which it did, that should have had 100% miscast chance. Where's Orion? Right, 10 more seconds. Just get over here, get rid of this, make those summons, and then get them off the battlefield. No sense in them sticking around to dish out one casualty in melee, and potentially get stuck out there. What's the missile resistance with this? Pretty good. And we've just dealt 31,000 damage, and we've only cast a couple of spells. So we've got plenty of magic in reserve. I think there might be some more hidden units in there, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, they got through our barrier. Okay, plenty of room for that magic to be stored. Okay, and let's pop down these summons here now. And then just withdraw them from the battlefield. Because, yeah, main reason for the blind eye of seeing was for the Winds of Magic reserves. Because now they're in danger. I can't properly protect them, and they're not fast enough to outrun these guys here. So just get them out of here. Use up all their abilities. Yep, get them out. Alright, I want them to try to target the cavalry if possible. But I wasn't banking on them dishing out a hell of a lot of damage. Any damage that they can do to them is just bonus. Alright, they're sending just one unit of Glade Guard over here. If we lure it away from the rest of their army, then let's see how that goes. Okay, here's an opportunity to Spirit Leech the shit out of this guy. Good, no spell resistance. Okay, popping this down on these guys here, giving them unbreakable and also just in time there, because it's about to break. Cavalry going to be detected if they fly over you. No, doesn't make him last a hell of a lot longer. Okay, that's fine. Because we're unspottable, we have to get very close before we're actually detected. Now, I probably could fight him in melee and do okay, especially if I use the enfeebling foe. That anti-large is lost on us. Oh my god, how's he gonna do it? He's only got 2 units left, he's doomed! Nah, this is the easy part now. Here's the thing, what do they have that can catch us? And as long as they don't do any damage to us, our balance of power remains at, like 70, 80%. Hard to say exactly. So, we've lost 60% of our army, but it's 60 shit%. Got detected there, but it's working. Yep, Malagor, just keep that up. It's got perfect vigor. Yep, do you have... No, you don't have perfect vigor. So every now and again you could use a bit of a rest. Wait, no. So, oh yeah, also, I think we've got 2 separate army loss. Oh, we should be careful because those cavalry are an issue. They are fairly quick. Make sure you don't get detected. I'm just trying to get rid of this guy here. Level 19, level 15. So close to... Actually, they might have their immortality because of the Grail Vows to get it. Even if they're level 1, if they've done the Grail Vow, they'll be immortal. So likely that... It's likely done it because he's got magical attacks and perfect vigor. That's an indicator that he's got it. Avoid them if you wouldn't mind. Also, the more that these cavalry can get, like, run around, the better, because they'll get tired. Alright, well, there's a whole bunch of archers around here. Let's pop. Oh, shit! I wanted to hit Orion. I need him to walk into it. I stopped him moving. See, now they're going around searching for us. Good, he walked into it. Okay, that was lucky. Now we've got Unending Flock of Doom, so if we go into melee, we'll cause a Mortis Engine effect. But the problem is the single entities will kill Malagor, and with 54 leadership, he'll probably more likely rout, actually. Let's get rid of this guy. So his speed's 105. What's the other one's speed? Same. So that other Trickster Shard is not going to be making them weak against spells. It just gets rid of spell resistance, and because he didn't have any innate spell resistance, it's not doing anything. Good. Pretty sure he's wounded, but good. That's errant. No. We don't. I don't want to put you in the forest because they could have some hidden units. I don't think they do. But we do have Strider, so we go right through trees. It doesn't block us. It'll slow us down at all. Okay, now, if we can get Malagor to run circles around this army, what we should start to see eventually... I need to get rid of that fucking life wizard. What we should start to see eventually is them blobbing up a hell of a lot. Which makes it better for this. Though I really should be focusing on is their cavalry. But yeah, we've got like 300 wins left to spend, so we're good for that. That's it, just keep running circles around them. Not going to get tired. And we got so much health regen. I don't think they've got enough ammunition to actually kill him now. Especially if we keep dishing out this much damage to their infantry. Good. See, before, the situation was entirely geared against you. And now, with an entirely smaller army, as long as they don't catch Malagor, which it's a bit risky taking off the Banner of Swiftness. But so far, they haven't been able to catch him. Okay, we're going to get rid of this guy here now. So, draw him away from the army. Although, I am enjoying using the Flock of Dooms to dish out this much damage. Some of those shots are probably hitting their own troops. Good. Because yeah, remember, we don't necessarily have to kill their entire army off. We just need to kill off 78%. We should still be under that 50% threshold of bounce power lost. Well under it. Okay, we haven't inflicted many kills yet, but we have done 62,000 in damage. So these guys here, the Pegasus Knights, I should be able to Flock of Doom them, but Flock of Dooming a single entity is pretty much pointless. Pegasus Knights are fairly quick as well. Watch out, don't get detected. So let them get too close. But doesn't seem like anything happened. Okay, let's really start to focus a bit more on the cavalry. Good. Missed. He's got unlimited uses of that, so that's why it would be really good to kill him. But it's a bit of a risk to send a Death Wizard over there right now. Oh, now would be perfect time to use this. Good. Because yeah, this is costing us, what, 1.4 wins of magic in total? Every time we cast it. As long as we wait until that's actually finished. Otherwise you don't get the full regen. So we don't really want this to be casting any faster. This guy here has also done his Grail Vow. Alright, so we've still got... Yeah, we're not burning through our magic very quickly at all. That's exactly what we want to see. And we've still got a little bit of reserves. It's just, I want to be careful with his health at this stage here. I'll use this if I really start to run low on magic. Or things are looking a bit shit. But so far, everything's gone very well. So let's now focus on killing this guy, because he's just getting too close to us. I didn't see how much Winds of Magic they had. I don't think they're miscasting all that often. God damn, their units do not get tired. Damn, I got too close. Oh, hang on, careful. Oh, you're hitting again, but yeah, if you go that way, you're going to get discovered. Oh, geez, that was close. I gotta get rid of these damn Pegasus Knights, because they could pin us down, whereas this guy here can't pin us down. Like, he could do damage to us if we're already pinned down. They walk into it. It's not going to do a tremendous amount of damage, but every little bit counts, especially if we're hitting other units as well. Okay. I'd rather not Spirit Leech them. I mean, they're anti-large. Their overall melee attack's not that high. Could potentially beat them in melee. Spirit Leech is also quite good with them. It's just that it does burn through our Winds of Magic. I know we got heaps, but if we try to Spirit Leech the entire army, we would run out. We need to rely more on Flock of Doom. But at the same time, if I go into melee with this one and get stuck, and he doesn't actually end up winning, then that's not ideal either. And yeah, they're just not getting tired. Okay, this guy here, yeah, I was about to say, bad to inflict wounds, so he's going to be slowed down by, I think, 25%, is that right? 10%. Still, that's better than nothing. It's going to make it harder for him to catch us. And one more Spirit Leech and he is dead. Alright. They've got ward save, so if we stay close to them, we can actually strip them of that because they've got the Blessing of the Lady. Didn't think about that until just then. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to say, oh, he actually had 15% spell resistance. Yeah. Yeah, that strips him. Okay, cool. Both paladins from the Bretonnian army have been defeated. Yeah, good thing we got that barrier. Really handy. Oh, shit. Oh man, look at this blob that's forming. That's exactly what we want to see. Also got to be careful with this guy. So we've now done 90,000 damage with Malagor. This guy has only done 10,000 damage, but he's done 10,000 damage that he can't really handle. Only got 7 kills with Malagor so far, though. That's okay. With Flock of Doom, the kills come towards the end of the unit getting hit with them. As in, like, over and over again, when they're really low on health, that's when you start to inflict the casualties. Kind of evenly distributes out the damage, more than, say, Spirit Leech. Okay, I'm going to do one of the Spirit Leeches on Orion, although I think he's healing from Life Bloom from someone. But they're surely eventually going to run out of spells. Way sooner than us, at least. Okay, so 270 odd Winds of Magic remaining. I gotta get rid of these ones here. They're like, we're quick. It's just that because they're constantly charging, they get that speed bonus constantly. Good. Try to lure them in through the circle here, and good. Good. Yep, Malagor's starting to inflict some kills. That's great. Alright. And pop down that there. Mainly just trying to ensure that when they walk in through it, they're getting damaged. Good. Good. So, Penumbral Pendulum, 8 Winds of Magic, does do more damage, typically, than Flock of Doom, especially in a blob. But the difference between 8 Winds of Magic and 4 Winds of Magic cast isn't actually 4 Winds of Magic. No, it is actually. It isn't, right? Because, think of it this way. I can cast 2 Flock of Dooms for every 1 Penumbral Pendulum, which means I get 2.6 Winds of Magic back times 2, so excuse me, 5.2 winds of magic get refunded compared to 1.6 with this. 2.6. It's a bit weird. I don't think I explained that very well. So basically, if you cast this twice, you get refunded 5 magic as opposed to 2.6 with that one. It's for the same amount of winds of magic usage. So it is more efficient to use Flock of Doom, especially if they're blobbing up the way that they're doing this. This looks great here. Good, but we're not killing that many of them, and they do still have that life wizard. I see them healing every now and again. Just depends on what they're prioritizing. Yeah, stay out of the forest, because they can actually detect you while you're in there. Well, then they'll go looking for you, I mean. Take 2 circles around them. Because as they're reforming, they tend to end up in this stupid blob like this. Good. It's getting wrecked. Tempting to use it, for sure. It's good to see these ones here badly damaged, but still perfect vigor. They're fresh, so just got to be careful with him because he could very easily get pinned down. Because these chariots, they get stuck big time. Don't watch it. So yeah, some of these ones here, they're about to get wiped out. See, they've got very low health, but still half their entities. But now they're getting into kills from Malagor. Not that it matters. We're not charging anything up with the number of kills. Good. Mainly trying to get these Pegasus Knights off my back, which I think maybe one more cast and then we go into melee with them, because if I use Doom and Darkness, that only costs 3 winds of magic. Well, actually no, that costs 0.4 winds of magic, but if we could break it and get it off the battlefield, that might be better than fighting to the death with it. Which would win, but like I said, we don't have unlimited regen. I want to make sure, the whole point of equipping that item was to make sure that we're at full strength so that we can inflict in early army losses. You know, a premature evacuation. As in, don't have to kill every last one of them. I need to clarify, because every time I say early army losses, they're like, what do you mean early army losses? It took you 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, or however long it's going to take. It's probably going to take longer than that. It's not about the time, it's about how much balance powers I've got left. Okay. Alright, I'll give them one more Flock of Doom, especially considering there's just really good opportunity for it right now. 130,000 damage been done. Careful, they're searching for us. Okay, good. Bit of an opportunity to come over here and get a Spirit Leech in. On Orion. Don't have to get too close. Just gotta watch out for their cavalry. That's all. Oh man, that blob. So fucking good. I need it. I need that blob. And there's cavalry in there as well. That's not the main thing we want to get rid of. If I get rid of all their cavalry, I can actually... If I get rid of all their cavalry and all their single entity and all their flying units, so there's just infantry left, then Malagor can land and use his unending Flock of Doom. He's got to be in melee to use it. So, yeah. Okay. Do this and get rid of these Pegasus Knights once and for all. That'd be great. Those Knights Errant are still in pretty good shape. Aura of the Lady giving them spell resistance. How fucking dare they? 6 health left on that one. Balance of power is looking better. Good to see. Good. Pegasus Knight's gone. Now, they've got flying units in the air. Well, of course they do. But they're wizards, which we can fight with Malagor, no problem. And since their missile units are basically spent, just don't you fucking land with her. And also, by going into melee with her, we'll use the Unending Flock of Doom, so they're mortis engineering down there. Plus, it'll also affect the Banner of... turn this down. Where is it? The ability... This one here, Aura of Madness. There we go. Careful. Good. Them underneath is taking massive damage from that. Some of them with low morale, they're getting hit with Unending Flock of Doom and also the Banner of Madness. But it's only going to work while this one's up in the air. And if we have a look at the damage being inflicted, yeah, it's pretty good. Right, still got 200... Still got our max power left. With 4 reserves. Enemy Lord wounded. Oh man, look at that blob. Use Penumbra Pendulum. Oh, you bastard. How much damage did you do? It's not that bad. God, I think I moved that one out of the way. Yeah, they're searching for him. And they're actually searching out in the open, but it's... They can't be everywhere at once, wherever they are. I can see them coming, they just can't see where I am. Look at this shit. I really want to get rid of Orion, but... Well, their cavalry are still running around. I just can't... I can't justify sending him in that close. But still, look at this shit. But yeah, if I land, he's not getting back up. It's tempting to, that's for sure. But yeah, we've got complete air superiority now. And if we just stay up in the air, maybe they're going to bring all of their troops out this way. Because he's worth so much bounce power that they might not even care. So just stay hovering above them here. Okay, no ammo left. So yeah, we're going to sit here and... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're so fucking stupid! Oh, I think we'll be fine. Alright, so Flock of Doom, 4 Winds Magic, we've still got this as well. Oh my god, they just sent everyone in here. Wish I had Pit of Shades, which one of our other wizards did have it. But still. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Alright, bring him over here. Spirit Leech Orion. Because again, he's unbreakable, we have to kill him. Don't want to fight him in melee. The AI just has no idea what to do. It's like all the things, all the usual parameters that they go for, they're like, does not compute. Go after 50% of their balance of power. Can't reach 50% of balance of power. Concentrated in one area. Can't do anything about it. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, you can bring 20 units into a battle and get totally fucked up. Or you can bring 2 and fuck them up. It's so stupid. But whatever, you know, they programmed it this way. It's been like this for years. Every time there's a patch, they're like, we've made it so that you can't choose the AI. Meanwhile, you can choose the AI. Look at that. Bounce power is almost even now. So, army losses should start to get inflicted soon. Keep Spirit Leeching Orion. Change music to the Wood Elf music. Or Lizardman. Okay, and they just got army lost. So they would have had the bounce power in their favor, and they still got army lost. Just because they've suffered so much. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter whose army is stronger. That's not who wins. It's who fucks the enemy up the most. Even if you're still technically weaker. Alright, Eternian army losses shouldn't be too far off. We don't really want these guys here leaving the battlefield. I think the situation is going well enough that I can actually justify using Faded Vijuna to get rid of these cavalry, because it is quite good at getting rid of them. That should delete it. There's the army losses for Bretonia. So now all we have to deal with is Orion. And we've got more than enough magic for that. So I'm probably over-prepared, but it's better to over-prepare than under-prepare. Careful, don't want to get into melee with him. Not essential that we take these guys out, but it's better than not taking him out. Another thing that to consider is that so much of their army left the battlefield without having inflicted much damage on us, that they may even attempt to attack again, thinking, like, with just what they've got left, thinking that, hey, the balance of power is still in our favor, maybe we could win this time, despite having nothing, essentially. Nothing to work with. Sorry, squeaky chair, I'm just getting uncomfortable. Yep, the Spirit Leech him. No sense in going into melee with him at all. Did not need the Chalice of Malfure in the grand scheme of things, so I probably could have put on another what's it called, Blind Eye of Seeing instead of the Banner of Madness as well, which, you know, that helped, but it wasn't. But then again, I didn't need them with the magic, so everything's fine. Couldn't even see us from that distance. Oh shit! Oh no, he pinned us down. God damn it! Got too close. Shit, now they're like, we'll play his music. You mean 2 seconds before I win? After the game already adjudicated that I would win? So, little mistake there at the end. But, you know, when people have guaranteed success in something, that's usually when they drop their guard and make mistakes. Just trying to hurry up now. Trying to bully Malagor. Oh shit! Okay, a little bit of damage. Oh, I see what's happening. I was wondering why we're not killing him. He's got the Shield Stone of Isha active, which is regenerating him, which activates when he's low on health. So I've got to cast faster. Which, I'm not sure. I mean, he's running out of regen, so it is what it is. Can't heal much more. And there we go. Pyrrhic victory. I technically withdrew more than half my army, so I guess. But there you go. Battle easier with 2, well, 5. Why does it say 6? Oh, because the guy in the chariot's worth 2, I see. And there we go. Absolutely annihilated them. But Legend, what about his experienced units? Well, I'll tell you what. They could have died in the battle, or they could be disbanded by me. And let's see what happens now. I mean, I would personally make that deal. But I'm done here, basically. So you make that deal on your own turn. They'll still give you the same offer. Cool. So, if you want this army to be super strong, just keep it the way it is. You've got all your bases covered. Takes out strong single entities. Takes out shitloads of infantry, no problem. Loads and loads of Winds of Magic. Putting more wizards in for Winds of Magic, you run the risk of, when you do withdraw them, that's a bit of a problem. If you can get them to stalk, that's great. But yeah, you got to watch out for
My lady will not allow
these fast cavalry, especially the wood elf ones. They can really pin you down.
Discourse
Shouldn't be any problem to attack this. Also, now you're in ambush stance. So now when you attack, you got no chance of ambushing them. They're in got defense chance. Because if we ever look here, yeah, you've got a negative 5% chance. So 0% chance of ambushing this one, and also this one here as well. So you're not going to ambush them. But at least, hopefully, if you watch the video, you'll learn that this is not ambush stance. This is. And if you wanted to ambush them, that's what you had to do. But you got too close and used up too much movement. It is what it is. It's fine. Everything worked out well because, you know, it's free to recruit those units. What was it? Ungor Raiders and fucking Harpies. Who cares? Like, who really gives a shit? Especially when playing as Beastmen. Because, yeah, like, they would have just rolled right over those units and caused the army losses on Malagor, and you wouldn't have been able to make proper use of them. I mean, that's what he said in the email anyway. He said he could kite the enemy army well enough with Malagor, but the problem was his army. Get rid of your army, no problem. Why not just use Malagor? You just need to have someone tie him to the ground to make sure you don't break. That's why you need to have this guy here. And it's really good that, not this one, that he's fleet-footed. That was very handy, for sure. Alright guys, well, that's that situation solved. I'll put the battle difficulty back to where it was, which was there. And yep, I think my job here is done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.